Hey everyone, this is Gerhard doing a short video on the agaves in our garden. The one you just saw behind me, that's a big guy. It's an Agave Baccarat vanzi. And right in front of it is a much smaller one, Agave nisandensis. The strappy guy on the right is Agave geminiflora. Another big guy in the ground, Agave chiapensis. And this here is Agave Baccarat. And here, Agave Bracteosa calamar. Behind it, a bit forlorn in a pot, Agave perii truncata. This here is called Blue Rapture. It's a cross between Agave flexispina and Agave vatifolia. Here are some in pots, but most of them, as you will see, are in the ground. A few more in pots. These are all agaves in the stricta group. Can't miss this guy. It's Agave Mateo, a cross between Bracteosa and Lophantha. These agaves get a fair amount of shade. On the right is a montana, and on the left is Victoria Reginae. And this one is Agave attenuata, ray of light. Agave salmiana, Verox mediopicta in a metal pot. A clump of blue flame surrounded by fern leaf lavender. Another Agave montana in the backyard. And now we're going to walk into the front yard. The front yard is a lot sunnier, so it's a much better place to grow agaves than the back. And we have dozens in the ground here. The one you see in the middle is a variegated Agave Wilmoriana called Stained Glass. These three may look like agaves, but they're actually mangaves, crosses with manfredas. Here's a view of this bed. This here is a recent introduction, a cross between Agave vatifolia and Parasana. This here is called Red Skyline. This here is a hybrid made by Greg Starr in Arizona. Well, it's not that nice yet, but it will be spectacular. A variegated ovatifolia called Killer. This is a big guy, Agave bovicornuta, cowhorn agave. I think it'll flower next year. A cool Agave vatifolia hybrid called Desert Love. And this little guy here, really nice, is called Agave parviflora. Agave Victoria Reginae Snow Queen. On the right, a variegated Macroacantha, and on the left, a small attenuata pup. Panning around so you get a better feel for the front. Here on the left is Agave attenuata Boudin Blue. This here is Agave planata cream spike. And behind it, a sort of variegated Agave perii huachacensis. It's a selection called Excelsior. Come on. The one in the middle is a variegated Cisalana. Stained glass from the other side. This big boy here is cowhorn agave, Agave bovicornuta. Now let's look at the bed next to the front door. There's all kinds of goodies in there, including some agaves. This here is Agave Guadalajara Leon, a more bluish selection. And this is the cousin of Blue Glow. It's Agave Sunglow. Still an bitty little guy. It's Agave Alpopylosa. And here, even smaller still, they're just babies, Agave pintilla. There's another pintilla here. It's related to Victoria Reginae. Agave polyanthiflora. It's been living in this hollowed out pumice rock for a number of years. Next to it is red margin. There's another picture of red margin. And our ponytail palms. In a pot here, Agave chrysoglossa. And outside the front yard fence, the one in the middle is Agave Weberi Arizona Star. The purple beauty here is Mangave Mission from Mars. Another Mangave, this one's called Spotty Dotty. Agave Crazy Horse, a cross between Agave cupreata and Asperma. Just recently planted and still small, Agave Mr. Ripple. And down here, a very, very small Agave Zebra. Continuing on down the sidewalk here, hidden behind various plants, is Agave Gentrii Jaws. This here, Agave Parasana. Look at that. It's pushing a flower stalk. Behind it, a cross between Parasana and Colorada. And that's a Mangave Pineapple Express. One of the most recently planted ones, this is a variegated Mr. Ripple called Ripple Express. Here's Macrocantha, Americana Mediopicta alba. This, of course, is Avatifolia. And looking down here, this is the blue one is a dwarf form of Agave Palmeri. Down here, one just planted Agave Yavapayensis. Back there, also just planted Agave Sebastiana. And the last one out here is Agave Shadigara Durango Delight. And a wider shot of this long bed next to the sidewalk. And a little bit more context as we round the corner here. See how everything is all lined up. I tried not to go into too much detail, otherwise this video would have gone on forever, but as you can see, there's a lot to look at and I could talk for quite a long time about all the plants, but that's it for today.